Dials and switches. We're not talking about a remote for your TV. We're not talking about a remote for your car. We're not talking about your car stereo. We're talking about life. Dials and switches. I'd heard this a few times, multiple podcasts, and it kind of rang super true, man, for what I live, how I live, changes from before till now, and probably some changes for y'all. We operate, probably a majority of us, on switches. We see something, we want to do something, we want to go work at something, we want to be in a relationship, a friendship, a goal, sport. It doesn't matter what category. You go to it, boom, turn it on. Turn it on, but then you leave it on. You leave, you still left it on. So the problem is you're going home, and let's just say you want to be an athlete, and you train every day. But it takes an aggression, honestly, to get that. Like, it takes an aggression. You can't just walk in somewhere and think that, well, I'm going to half-ass it, and I'm going to be the best at whatever it is, that sport I'm going to play, right? So you're just leaving it on, but you take it home. Take it home, and you're kind of distant. You don't really look at your life as if you're going to achieve a lot more than just that one thing, right? So you can't put time into, if you're a student, homework. You can't put time into friendships, relationships. Let's say you want to play the piano. You can't do it, man, because all you're doing is sitting there and you're going click, 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 click. You're just clicking it. You're keeping it on the whole time. You can't turn this on and turn this on, man. It'll short out. Because at the end of the day, that switch is all in the same concept. It's the same thing in your life, right? It's all your life. Switch, 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 switch. But if you turn them on, it shorts them out. Because you can't achieve something else when you're trying to give 100% over here. Because a switch is 100%. You turn that switch on, it's not a dimmer. It's not like your light in your ceiling. It's a switch, man. You turn it on, you gave 100% to that. So when you leave, you're still giving 100% to that. So if you are somebody who puts your career at, let's say, a high caliber of your life. It may not be your identity, but it can be when you're doing switches, right? Because you turn it on, you're the best at whatever it is you do. Like for me, I work in medicine. I turn it on, I'm the best at that. I'm the best at that. When I'm there, when I show up, I'm the best at that. I take great pride in that. For a long time, it started to kind of convert over to my identity, and everything else in my life suffered heavily, you know? Me working out like I do for sports and training like I do and staying athletic and doing all the things I do suffered a little bit. Interpersonal relationships significantly suffered. Mental health suffered. Why? Because I didn't take care of nothing else. I just clicked it, called it a day, said this is going to be me, I'm going to be the best at this, and no matter what it's going to take me to do this to be the best at that. While there are certain things where your generational talents at things, yeah, man, they gave 100% to something and there was nothing else. And because of that, they became what they are and remembered. And in life, you might have those instances and those people that, for them, that might be what it is. But you can't have every person a generational talent, man. That's just not feasible. It's not how it works. So for the normal people or most people who other aspects of their life still need assistance, you got to put dials in, man. You have to. You have to. There are times in your day when you can't be just turning a switch on to your goal and think that you're at 100% towards your goal and you're dirty because you don't even shower right. You're dirty because you're doing dumb shit. You're living a wretched life because you're doing dumb shit because you can't make sense of your life. You can't make sense of what you're supposed to do because all you're doing is turning it on for that goal. So when you look at your life, you really have to take into consideration what it is that's the most important to you. Now, everybody who watches this, everybody, including myself, and I only do this to just get ideas out, you have to think, what is the most important thing to you? For the longest time, I thought that if I saved every single person on this earth, I mean, I really saved them. I made a difference for them. I truly became a Superman in life. That's in my mind. I was that arrogant inside without recognizing that that's what it was. It was a false arrogance due to a shitty self-esteem. If I saved everybody from everything in medicine and in the interpersonal regard, saved people from disrespect, saved females from disrespect. In my mind, I thought if I did that, it'd be okay. That's who I am. That's what I'm meant for. That's the life that I was meant to live. That's why I was put on this earth, to do that. It was false. Due to the low self-esteem, I turned a switch on and left the switch on. I never changed anything. Literally 100 miles an hour at all times at that one thing, no matter what. And everything else that was in there, yeah, it'll come in, right? It'll kind of sit on the back burner, or it'll, you know, you got a backpack, right? And you just keep adding stuff to it. And it becomes heavy. But your goal, you're going to walk to that, right? Everybody out here that be rucking, right? You think about that. You're rucking through life, adding stuff to this bag. Your goal is that end goal. Your goal is whatever it is you got a goal for. So you turn on the switch and you're going to that goal no matter what. Doesn't matter how heavy, you're going to make it there. But at the end of the day, you don't realize that the weight you're carrying is tearing you down, that you may not even reach that goal because it's the wrong kind of weight. It's not something that is training you. It's something that's hindering you. So you're hindering your life goal because you got to switch on. You don't dial anything and you're done. So for me, man, when I thought that that was it and I didn't dial out relationships, friendships, hell, I went a couple years without hanging out with friends. Man, I just living my life wrong, 100 miles an hour, just wild lifestyle, bro. Wild. And you know, someday I'm going to really get in deep on what it is and all of it. And it may not be as wild as some people, but it's pretty wild. It was definitely a life that is unsustainable. And I was told that, and I learned that the hard way, for sure. You know, physically, mentally, emotionally, all of it, right? Had I said to myself, well, while I'm at work for my 12 hours, I'm going to turn this dial up. I got 100% right here. I'm leaving work. I'm going to turn it down to about 50 because I might need to study. I might need to understand a little bit more about maybe something I did that day, something relating to it, right? So I'm going to turn it down a little bit. But if I need to give 100% to my girl because we got their family coming in, or we're hanging out with their friends and we're going to go to a dinner, and we're going to do things in that regard, a family, right? Family is the most important thing to me. I wish every day I would always make sure I try to get that, and that's my goal, right? That's my goal. It's not a switch. You turn the switch on, you're going to neglect everything else. So you turn that dial a little bit farther down, but you turn your interpersonal, your friendship dial, you turn it up a little bit, man. You crank it up a little bit because now you're putting time in with those people. Those people don't care what you did at work. They don't care what kind of person you saved, what kind of medication you gave. You put somebody on dialysis, intubated them, central lines, chest tubes, saved their life, makes no difference, right? Because at the end of the day, they're here for family. That's why you're there. You're there with your person to support them in that. And they are giving you the availability to come in and share their family with them. That's major. Somebody is believing in you enough to do that. So if you turn a switch on and you're here, you're giving nothing to them. Come on, man. You're being arrogant, you're being destructive, and you're being disrespectful. Because your switch is turned on for a goal that means nothing when you're here. Nothing. There are times when you can go 100%. There are times when you can't. If you're on the toilet and you're taking a shit, you can't say, oh, I should be training right now. Nah, man, because you know that you got to take a shit. It's a normal part of life, right? So if you're taking a shit, you ain't going to train in that moment for anything else. Don't be sitting on your phone scrolling. It's not going to do anything for you because you still got to sit down and take a shit. You can't do nothing but that right now. So you can't be somewhere 24/7. So in that moment, in that little bit of time, dial it down, dial it up, whatever it is that you're doing. If you want to be the best shit taker, you turn it up and you're the best shit taker. You can't be this while you're doing that. So as you go through life and you think to yourself that, man, how many times have you done something and you said, man, I probably could have been a little bit better at that. Maybe you want to be a sharpshooter. Maybe you want to be somebody that's the best at video games. Right now, this is your goal, but you have a job. So when you're at your job, you got to turn it up. Boom, you do good here. But as soon as you're done, turn it up for that. Turn it up for that. But while you're at your job, you can't do anything about that right now. That's where your dial and switches makes a huge difference. Right now versus what can be done in the future. Like right now, there are things you can't do. So if you can flip that switch all you want, it ain't going to make a difference. Because right now, that specific event, that specific topic, that specific thing cannot be achieved right now. So it has to be dialed down and dialed up and dialed here and dialed that. It's all it's about, man, is dials and switches. And I know that people talk about it and say, oh, once you figure it out, it's the best thing. Man, we all have the idea of it. We just don't know how to apply it. Dials to us is scary because it's not 100%. Because we're trained to think 100% has to go into everything, every time, all day, no matter what. If I'm brushing my teeth, I'm the best teeth brusher there is. I'm taking a shit, I'm the best shit taker. I'm driving my car, I'm the fastest I'm gonna get to work than anybody else. I'm the fastest in this traffic. I'm the best driver. I'm the best at work. I come home, I'm the best at getting home. I'm the family, I'm the best at the family. But all you did was turn all the switches on everything all day. It's not gonna work like that. So if you want your life to be better and you want to do better and do better for yourself and if you want a family and you want friendships and you want a career, you have to understand that those things are going to need to be dialed. They're going to be. So sit down, think about it, write down on a piece of paper, what part of your day can be 100% of what? And then what part of the day has to be 50% of this and 100% of this? Or 60 here, 40 here. What parts of your day can be done like that? And if you sit down and you draw it out and you make it up and you make a list, you do a lot better, man. So remember, don't just all day flip that switch. Oh, it's daylight. Poof. Now you're going to do one thing all day. That's not going to get you anywhere. You want to be a well-rounded, better person, then you got to do better for yourself. So take that as you will. You can look it up on anybody else's stuff. But just know for me, I know I had to sit down and reevaluate. And I had to really work on stuff and say, hey, man, you can't do that no more. Okay? Remember, don't be too arrogant to admit your fault. Just stay up, man. Stay after it and keep steady pressure, man.